Hi class, this is Mrs. Politsky, and I have notes for Chapter 11, Pacific South America, Section 1, the Physical Geography. So let's begin. Numbers 1 and 2. Chile, Bolivia, Peru, and Ecuador make up the nations of Pacific South America. Ecuador gets its name from the equator, and the Andes Mountains runs through each of these nations. A broad high plateau that lies between the ridges of the Andes and in southern Peru and Bolivia is called the Altiplano. Numbers 3 and 4. Volcanoes and earthquakes are very common threats in the Andes due to two tectonic plates that meet at this region's edge. The Andean Glacier are also a source of many tributaries of the Amazon River. Lake Titicaca is the highest lake in the world that large ships can cross. And down below here are a couple of pictures of Lake Titicaca. You can kind of see the Andes in the distance here. Um, Up here at the top are a couple of pictures of the Andean Glacier, as you can see there. 5 and 6. The Strait of Magellan is located at the southern tip of South America, and it links the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. The strait is a narrow body of water connecting two larger bodies of water. And down below here we have a map of the Strait of Magellan, and here's a photograph of the ship going through the straits. In number 6, the Galapagos Islands are part of the country of Ecuador and are the homes to many unique species of wildlife. Ecuador is located right here on this map, and to the west, probably about 5 to 1,000 miles, we have the Galapagos Islands. Number 7, talking a little bit about elevation. As Earth's temperatures become cooler as elevation increases, the region with the lowest elevations are humid and hot. Crops like sugarcane and bananas can be found there, and you can find that in eastern Ecuador, Peru, and northern Bolivia. In Zone 2, elevation increases from 3,000 to roughly 6,000 feet, and so does the precipitation. Coffee grows well in this region, and many cities are also located in this zone as well. In Zone 3, the elevation rises from 6,000 feet to roughly 12,000 feet. Farmers in this region grow potatoes and wheat. Zone 4 is too cool for trees to grow, and that is roughly between 12 to 15,000 feet. And finally, Zone 5 is the highest elevation and is the coldest. Ground in this zone is covered with ice and snow year round. Numbers 8 and 9. The Atacama Desert is located in northern Chile. This desert is about 600 miles long, and it receives less than it rains less than 5 times a century. There we are. But fog and clouds are very common, and you can kind of see some photographs here of the Atacama Desert. You can kind of see the haze here, and in the distance in this photograph you can kind of see the fog that kind of lies low there. El Nino affects fishing in the waters off the Pacific coast of South America, in that it makes the water too warm for the fish, so they leave this area, leaving less for fishermen to catch. El Nino, as you can kind of see, kind of follows the currents near the equator, and eventually this can have an impact not only on our weather conditions, but the weather conditions throughout the world. If we have an El Nino situation, we usually have warmer winters here in North America. Our last item, numbers 10 and 11. Countries with the largest oil and gas reserves are along the Pacific South American coast are Ecuador. Countries of Pacific South America are unable to produce large crops for um, export because there's too little good farmland. Thank you very much.